Yes, so good afternoon everyone, and thank you for joining us here at London Luton LTN, where we're here for some arriving and departing aircraft actions. You know, we've got a departure right now. And yeah, so as you can see there, as shown in the title, you got business and biz jet traffic here at London Luton. Obviously, London Luton housing aircrafts or airliners such as Wizz Air, EasyJet and Ryanair. Obviously, budget airliners that operate at London Luton, as well as many various different types of private jets. Speaking of, we've got another arrival which we'll focus on as it gets a bit closer today. So I'm just going to show you here. Parked private jets. You can just about see the details of the jets, but yeah, so nonetheless, good afternoon everyone, and thanks for joining us. So big thank you to, let's see, to Catay Spotters, CHC Avgeek, Daniel Harris, and many more that I've no doubt forgotten for subscribing and liking the live stream so far. We really do appreciate the support, and obviously if you're new here and enjoying what you see, make sure to like and subscribe. So yeah, so EasyJet and Wizz Air right here. That's action on the ground there. The EasyJet A320 just arrives, and then the Wizz Air. What's that? Is that the A321 or the A320? You're not quite sure. No, that's definitely the A320, I think. Oh, the 21. I'm not too sure, but either way, both aircrafts on the ground. That's going to be parking at the gate area. But yes, so Aviation of Star, good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. Michael Singh, good afternoon to you over in Melbourne. Hope you're doing very well. And Tim, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for obviously being a moderator and supporting the channel, and coming back for some London Luton live stream. How's your holiday from work, Tim? Yeah, the Wizz Air. I think that's the A321neo there. Nice touchdown there. Obviously 13 knots of wind today. I'll give a weather update right after this aircraft. So screeching brakes on board the Wizz A321neo, pretty unusual for such a newer aircraft. Really, it is a neo, so new engine option there. Obviously, one of the more efficient aircrafts that operate at London Luton. Obviously, the neos and the Max jets. But I do like the pink and the sort of blue ink sort of livery on board the Wizz jets. Did like the old one much more though, I must say. But either way, this one's still good. I'm liking the fact that they're using obviously the colours pink, which is pretty unusual nowadays. I know WoW Air used to have a pink livery on board their jets, but obviously not existing anymore, and I think they've sort of rebranded to Play Airlines, operating the A321neos and the A320neos. But nonetheless, I do like the Wizz livery. But as promised, the weather update for you all as to the conditions we're experiencing at London Luton today. So we've got 14-degree temperature with overcast, so can't quite see any of the blue skies above us, but that's all right. We've got 12 knots of wind blowing in the almost western direction. So 12 knots there, obviously. Bit heavy. I wasn't expecting that. Obviously back in Cardiff it is nice and sunny. I'm not quite sure if it's changed, but yeah, quite the change. Got a ceiling of clouds of 2,900 feet with kilometers of 10 not kilometers, sorry, 10 kilometers plus of visibility. So earlier upon setup, actually, we were watching a TUI 787 Dreamliner, which had just stopped at where this Wizz Air aircraft is currently. Not quite sure why, but he's been towed away. almost as if he was posing for the camera, but not here anymore. We should be seeing it depart very soon, hopefully. And yes, so AW, good afternoon to you. Everything RC, good afternoon to you. And so AW asking me how am I? Doing pretty well, thank you. I was just enjoying the views of the London Luton action. Currently a runway inspection taking place now. And yes, so Tim saying, hi Danny, hope you had a good trip over from South Wales. Well, it was pretty decent, I must say. Obviously no traffic today, which is pretty unusual, but I guess we're evading the usual traffic times. But yeah, the trip was nonetheless pretty smooth, I must say. Passing the London Heathrow arrivals, in fact. Obviously they're using 09 left, so on the motorway they're flying directly over us, which was interesting. So I'm not quite sure if this A321 Neo is waiting for a slot. Got another Neo jet that's making its way over. I think that'll be taxiing to depart, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, so Abraham Parks, good afternoon to you. Asking once again how my trip to well, from Cardiff was. It was great. It was quite quiet, but nonetheless, it is amazing to be here out the van. And yes, so Andy C saying good afternoon. Thank you for broadcasting from my favourite airport. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Andy. And no worries, obviously we'd like going to London Luton. We're aware that we're one of, I think, three aviation streamers that have been to London Luton to host a live stream. So obviously London Luton not getting much love in terms of streamers that come here. So obviously we'll keep that in mind and continue to come to London Luton. Obviously we thought we'd change it up from the usual Bristol streams. Obviously we'd love to go to London Heathrow, but obviously Eastern, the operations is yeah, not the best for us all. But either way, we're here at London Luton, and we'll continue to be here occasionally. But the Wizz A321 Neo, which is one of the popular aircraft, the A321 Neo, being operated by EasyJet and Wizz Air over at London Luton. And Tim saying, nice one, benefits of the bank holiday, I guess. Well, yeah, it was. I mean, we were expecting traffic, honestly. Obviously, it is a bank holiday, and we'll have a week off, so I would have assumed that people would have been heading off on holiday, but no, it was pretty quiet. But we've got an aircraft departing now. I'll give you some info after the full departure. And you can see there the two engines on board this Bombardier Global 6000 working nice and hard there. You could just about see the smoke caused from the engines. So that's being operated by VisaJet Malta, and that's registered 9 Hotel Victor Tango Delta. The route is not available, unfortunately, so yeah, can't quite tell you much about that departure. But we got another business jet on the runway, which we'll focus on in a minute. It is a very small one that's not pinging up on flight radar just yet. If it does, I'll definitely be sure to give you all some info on that. But as of now, just waiting for it to depart, really. And yes, so whilst we wait for the departure, we'll look at the chat. So Gherkin Hobel saying, my wife says I should please marry an airport in my next life. Idea from her. Greetings from Germany. Well, welcome Gherkin Hobel over in Germany. Hope you're doing very well. Obviously, I think your wife's got the right idea. I think I do the exact same. I mean, you can't get enough of the plane spotting action. I mean, look at it. Look at this. The EasyJet aircraft that's en route to depart. Got another EasyJet aircraft which we'll focus on here. That's going to be departing very soon as well. Obviously, engine starting, I can just about hear that. So that's going to be taxiing. The Wizz A321, I'm not quite sure what he's doing. I'm not quite sure if he's waiting for the ground crew or something like that. But got a chopper in the air as well, right over there. So that's hovering over London Luton. That was doing that whilst we were setting up. But we'll just watch this EasyJet aircraft now. And yes, so Damon Smith saying hello from Rwanda. Still sunny, but a bit of a breeze. Yeah, well, it's pretty much the same here at London Luton, apart from the fact that it's not that sunny. I mean, well, I think I spoke too soon. The sun is blasting me in the back right now, but that's going to be covered by the ceiling of clouds, currently at 2,800 feet. But yeah, it is a bit different here at London Luton. We weren't expecting it because usually in Cardiff the weather is twice as bad as it is in London Luton. I can't tell you how many times we've driven back from London Heathrow and experienced a weather change where it's just so cloudy. But we'll keep our eye on these 3 departing jets with 1 on its way as well. Not quite sure what the jet is waiting for. In fact, no, he's moving now. Yeah, so sorry about that rather dodgy follow-up on that departure. Obviously, he's pretty much directly above us, and the tripod doesn't quite do that. It doesn't quite go that high, but I caught the most of it. So just checking back on flight radar, that departure is yeah, not picking up on flight radar, so no info as to what aircraft that is and where that's going to be heading to. Obviously, not the expert when it comes to private jets. I'll know when it's on the A321neo or any of that stuff, but nothing about the private jets. So lined up now is the Wizz Air UK A321neo heading to Prague. So looking at about a total flight time of around 3 hours, I'd say. 3 hours to 2 hours really. And the registration on board this jet is Golf Whiskey Uniform Kilo November. there goes the Wizz A321 Neo to Prague. Got the taxiing EasyJet that we were talking about that will be departing soon, but lined up on the runway, in fact, is the EasyJet A320-200 heading to Heathrow, and it's registered Golf Echo Zulu Romeo Tango. That is GEZRT, if you're wondering. And big thank you to Graham Bro for giving us the parking spot. In fact, yeah, so we had come to London Luton about an hour early of our stream, and there was no spots available for us to park. So kindly Graham had given us his parking spot, which was amazing. So a big thank you to you, Graham. Hope you caught some amazing shots actually of that Sun Express aircraft. Yeah, so sorry about that, just readjusting the tripod. And yes, so Abraham Park's saying, have you heard of the C919? It's a new aircraft developed by China. In fact, I have heard about it. So as you're saying, Abraham, so that's going to be competition between the A320 and the 737. I'd assume that airliners such as China Eastern and obviously China Southern and all of those airliners such as that would probably be using that jet, as well as many Russian airliners, obviously as of now due to some sanctions and not able to repair any of their Airbus or Boeing jets. So I'd assume that's this next option for aircraft that they'd most likely purchase in the near future. In fact, we'll watch the ATC tower here at London Luton. But yeah, no, I have heard of it. I mean, it looks almost like an A220 to me, but it's got the shape of a 737. It's an unusual one, but I think it is great for the aviation industry, obviously giving us a range of aircraft really to operate. Who knows, maybe we'll see an EasyJet C919. You never know really, but yeah, excited to see what's to come for that aircraft. But yes, so the EasyJet A320-200, which we had seen taxi, is holding short for an arriving jet. Yes, so just adjusting the tripod once again. But the arriving jet there, so it's got orange on it, if the camera would like to focus. There it is, it's got orange, so I'd assume it's an EasyJet. And indeed correct, it's the EasyJet A319 arriving from Venice on its 1 hour and 46-minute long journey. So the registration on board this jet today is Golf Echo Zulu Foxtrot Whiskey, that is GEZFW. As if you're wondering, would like to check it out on Flight Radar. So 13 knots of wind that the pilots are battling here at London Luton. And a nice touchdown there from the A319. So the A319, pretty much a smaller version of the Airbus A320, 200 that is. But you got a departure actually. That was the follow-up on board the EasyJet A320-200 heading to Lyon, looking at about a flight time of an hour 30 minutes. And yeah, so the A320-200 registered Golf Echo Zulu Golf Yankee, that is GEZGY. So a nice and smooth departure there from the A320-200. So once again, two more EasyJets to depart, and actually looking on flight radar, this Wizz Air A321 is also pinging up, and it'll be heading to Palma de Mallorca, but it's not moving just yet, so I'm not quite sure if he's waiting for a slot. But we've got an arrival inbound actually. And so the arrival will be the EasyJet Malta Bombardier Challenger 350 registered 9 Hotel Victor Charlie Sierra, and that's going to be coming from Tel Aviv on its 4-hour and 45-minute long journey. So bear with me if I'm missing any of the live chat. Obviously my internet on my phone, which isn't affecting the stream, is just playing up a bit, but I think that's just due to how close we are to the runway, of course. So I'll read the live chat and give some updates that gets back online. But oh yeah, okay, so the network's back. So Tim's saying, I expect most operators will be keeping an eye on the safety record on reliability figures for the C919 as it develops, and obviously the cost of it. Yeah, I think that is true. I mean, I think that's what majority of the airliners do when a new aircraft's released. Let's just hope it competes with the A320s and the 737s when it comes to cost and obviously reliability and obviously cost of repair and things like that. Really, I think that's what the airliners will be most looking forward to, obviously, to see how efficient the aircraft is. Yes, so we're just going to focus on this, what's that? Is that the A319 or the A320? I'm not too sure, but either way, that's sitting on the taxiway. That's going to be heading out very soon. Seems like we've got another arrival actually. That's yeah, so we've got one of the EasyJets holding short for the incoming arrival. But yes, so none of the flight radar stuff is loading up just yet, so bear with me. Obviously, we'll still showcast those jets, just no information as of now. It's a bit windy out here, I must say. Yeah, so flight radar's back, so sorry about that. So it's the EasyJet A320neo this is. That's right from Reykjavik on its 2 hour and 29 minute long journey. On this registered Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel uniform, that is GUZHU. So let's watch how smooth this arriving aircraft will land or touch down. So in case you're unfamiliar with the runways in use at London Luton Airport, so we've got runway 07 in use today. Obviously easternly operations, which isn't the best for us, I must say, especially when we're trying to go live at London Heathrow. But I mean, it is what it is. We'll go to every other airport that we've got great views of, and that's including London Luton. So the the Reykjavik A320neo there, that's vacated off the runway. We'll be taxiing back to the gates. We've got lined up actually an EasyJet A319. More info on that jet in a minute. Gear up for the A319. And yeah, so just looking at the live chat, so Homer Gat saying when the C919 pilots landed yesterday and taxied to the gates in Air China, a pilot complained to the tower because they were going too slow. Yeah, that's pretty much the opposite of what the Ryanair jets do, I must say. But yeah, so enough with the jokes. But yeah, so holding short there is the A320neo. And yeah, so Tim saying, what's going on in London Luton today? Sky News helicopters circling just to the... Yeah, I can see them. I did see a helicopter. I'm not quite sure where he's gone. Oh, no, I can just about see him actually. But we'll focus on the arriving jet. We'll try and focus on the helicopter if we've got an available slot where there's not a departure that we'll miss. But either way, an arriving EasyJet. So this is the A320neo, featuring the Neo sticker on the rear end of the aircraft. So this is arriving from Milan on its 1 hour and 35-minute long journey. And the registration on board this jet today is Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel Bravo. To apologise if you hear me sniffling my nose quite often. That is due to the winds that are literally blasting me right in the face. In fact, my eyes are starting to water. But yeah, you can tell it's definitely a UK summer. The weather is always the same. It's always cold, gloomy, with the occasional spells of sunny weather. Obviously, last week or so it was pretty sunny. Last week or two, until today, I think. But yes, the Neo aircraft. We'll have a departure actually, and that's going to be the EasyJet Malta Cessna 560 XL Citation XLS, and that'll be heading to Paris LBG. I've never actually heard of that airport. I've heard of Paris CDG and a couple of others, but not LBG. That's interesting. But the registration on board that jet, which has just taken off. Well, anyway, as I was interrupted by the departure, the registration on board that jet that just departed is 9 Hotel X-Ray Oscar Alpha. And I got another arrival. That's going to be the EasyJet A320-200, and that's going to be arriving from Malaga. And it's a 2 hour and 31 minute long journey, and the aircraft will be registered Golf Echo Zulu Tango Kilo. And yes, so the Sky News helicopter, that's I think that's it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is a helicopter that's circling around London Luton. So the arriving A320-200. Get a nice close-up focus on this this jet actually. So Amy Johnson, the name on board is A320. We've got, let's see, that's 3 jets that are waiting to depart from London Luton, with one that's just holding at the stand. So that's not including that one. But yes, so Johan over in Iceland, good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing very well. So thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoy the views from London Luton. And so lined up on the runway is an EasyJet aircraft. No info as to what jet that is. It's not even picking up on my flight radar, so we'll wait until it's up in the sky. But runway 07 for departure here at London Luton today. So this here, the EasyJet A319 heading to Prague, and that was registered Golf Echo Zulu Alpha November, so GEZAN. Just focusing on this EasyJet A320-200. Oh, actually no we're not. We're going to be focusing on the arriving jet, which I had not seen. So this here, the EasyJet A320-200 that has just arrived from Naples. It's a 2 hour and 33 minute long journey. Registration on board this jet today is Golf Echo Zulu Romeo X-ray, which you can just see on the rear end of this this jet. Obviously featuring the sharklets. That's for efficiency and less fuel consumption. You can see taxiing very fast there is the A320-200, but we'll focus on that later, as you got a departure inbound, and so this is going to be, let's let's see, the EasyJet A319 heading to Lisbon on its, I'd say 3-hour-long journey. That's going to be registered Golf Echo Zulu Bravo Tango. Yes, so Andy C saying LBG is Paris. Yeah, okay, not even going to bother pronouncing that. Yes, so either way, saying that it's the executive airport for the city, and it's also where the Paris Air Show is held every other year. So thank you so much, Andy. Didn't quite know that. I'd love to visit an air show sometime, so I'm definitely gonna look into that. Imagine hosting a live stream at an air show. That would be something unusual. But yeah, so yeah, once again, thank you, Andy, for the information. Obviously, if you got information that you'd like to let us know about, please do so in a live chat. See, whether that be about where an aircraft's headed, where that is, where the capital is, or any of that stuff. Just let us know in the live chat. So the Wizz A321, which is holding short of runway 07 for departure, as you got an incoming arrival. And yes, so as Tim was saying, the next arrival will be the EasyJet A319, which is arriving from Krakow on its 2-hour and 11-minute long journey. The registration on board the jet today is going to be Golf Echo Zulu Delta Victor. Let's see if the camera is going to play along and focus. There it is, the A319, that's just about to touch down now. So you could tell this jet was actually crabbing quite a bit by the late rudder movements. And that was obviously to correct the aircraft. So crabbing, obviously, when the aircraft turns to face the direction of the wind, obviously when that's too strong and bashing the aircraft around, that's just needed to control the movement of the jet upon landing. And then right to the last minute, the pilot would correct himself and then obviously touch down on the runway. But yes, that's basically a short-term definition of what crabbing is. So we've got an arrival and departure. First up, we've got the departure of a Wizz jet. But before I read the information, just like to welcome all of our viewers. So thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, like, subscribe. Obviously, check out our other social pages if you're enjoying the stream. But this here, the Wizz Air UK 321 heading to Poznan, registered Golf Whiskey Uniform Kilo Charlie. Although that departure was that of the A321-200, just a quick fact about Wizz Air: they actually, well, on board their A321neos, actually maximise how many seats they can use. So obviously, legroom is definitely not going to be amazing on board, but it is a budget airline, of course, so you can't really expect much from Wizz Air. But yeah, the fact that they maximise as many seats as they could possibly fit on an A321neo is crazy. I don't even think Ryanair do that. But yeah, speaking of the A321neo, we've actually got one coming up next, and it's also going to be operated by Wizz Air, so yeah, that's going to be one to look out for. Obviously, just focusing on this Wizz A321. And just sitting there is the A321-200, not moving anywhere. It's just parked there, really. I can hear the engines are still on. And we've got some ground crew vehicles right there, so I'm not sure if there's an issue on board this aircraft, or if he's just waiting for a slot, which is what I'd first assumed it was doing. But yeah, definitely unusual. We've got an arrival inbound actually, so we'll watch that. So the Wizz A321neo. So the Wizz A321neo arrived from Belgrade on its 233-minute on journey. The registration aboard jet today is Golf Whiskey Uniform Kilo Charlie. Definitely feel the wind is definitely picking up at London Luton. So currently 13 knots. Definitely not as bad as we've seen before. Obviously, in one of our last Bristol streams, we were in 35 knots per hour winds, which was definitely a struggle. Even the wind muff couldn't even handle the wind sound. But we'll move on to the taxiing EasyJet aircraft. That'll be heading out for departure. The Sun Express 737 MAX 8 making its way over to depart. So that's going to be second in line for departure. And yes, so Abraham Park saying, let's see, so EasyJet reported a pre-tax loss of £450 million for the past 6 months. How they recoup this? One, that obviously cheap fares, I think. Obviously they're operating at London Luton, so parking here is definitely pretty cheap. See, London Luton not housing any of the bigger airlines such as Emirates and Qatar and all of that stuff. So I think cheaper fares really and more flights is how they'll make back the money. I think one of the aircrafts that we should talk about nowadays is definitely Jet2. I mean, look at them purchasing new aircraft such as the A321neos, and obviously recently I think they were to buy a 757 which had arrived at Campbell Airfield, and that was for parts to repair its current 757. So their fleet is growing. I'll say that. I mean, for the summer period, they've actually leased out, I think it's 2 A330s, or is it 3? I'm not too sure. I think it's 2. Obviously, one being from I think it's World 2 Fly, and then the other being from Air Tanker. But doing really well is Jet2 Airlines. So EasyJet Malta there that had just arrived. I must say the livery on board this jet looks really modern on the silverish grey and the red stripe across the middle of the jet. It is nice, I'll tell you that much. And could you imagine a Ryanair with such a modern livery? That'd be quite insane, really. But yes, so Ben Wathen, good afternoon to you, saying great content as always. Love tuning into these streams to keep it up. So I thank you so much, Ben, for supporting the channel. Obviously, thank you so much to everyone else that is supporting the channel as well. So we really appreciate you all. But Tim Trainer, also good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing very well. Thank you for tuning in. Small aircraft there is the business jet registered. Let's see, is that So it's 9 Hotel. Can't see the last 3 letters. Is that VTF? VFT? I'm not too sure. I'm not going to read them out. Obviously, I don't want to spread false information. It's nice to see a Wizz Air jet, and I know I sound a bit crazy saying that really, but obviously Wizz Air operating only once at Bristol Airport, which is pretty much our local airport, because well, you can't really count Cardiff Airport really, but obviously they were pulling out of Cardiff Airport as well, Wizz was, so yeah, obviously London Heathrow not housing Wizz Air, and any of the other airports that we go to apart from possibly Birmingham Airport, which we'd love to visit at some point. But yeah, it is nice to see the Wizz Air is obviously nice and popular here at London Luton, as well as the EasyJet aircraft. Obviously Ryanair not being one of the airliners that are taken over the airport. That's because their main base is located over in London Stansted, where I'll talk more about that after this departure actually. So the EasyJet A319 heading to Glasgow. And so the Sun Express Max 8, they're holding short of runway 07 for departure. But as I was saying about Ryanair, obviously their main base being at London Stansted, so there is no real point of them operating as many aircraft at London Luton. Obviously they are located, or the airports are located really close to each other, so yeah, it is one of the reasons Ryanair don't operate as much. And obviously competition between EasyJet and Wizz Air. Obviously EasyJet hosting the A319, A320s and occasional A321s at London Luton, and then Wizz Air operating the A320s and the 21 Neos. So speaking of the EasyJet A320s, we've actually got one arriving from Faro this time on a 2 hour and 36 minute long journey, and that aircraft will be registered Golf Echo Zulu Whiskey Charlie. And let's see, there it is, the A320. And so lining up now is the Sun Express 737 MAX 8 that will be heading off to Antalya. And yes, so Tim's saying Ryanair now on approach Aviation Hunters. So yes, that's going to be right after the 737 MAX 8 is set to depart. So yeah, as I was saying, Ryanair operating just a few aircraft. So this is one of them that we'll get to see. But yeah, thank you Tim for the info. so Sun Express, one of the unique airlines that operate at London Luton. Obviously not many of them, I think that's one of them. So that's operating the 737-800 or the 737 MAX 8 at London Luton, and that's accompanied by the Enterbraer 737-800 and obviously the LL 737-800s that operates at London Luton as well. Yes, so the arriving jet inbound there. It's the Ryanair 737-800. And this one arriving from Murcia. And it's got the split scimitar wing. That's which is a nice spot. So registration on board this jet today is Echo India Delta Whiskey Delta. I must say it is nice to see a Ryanair jet after all of the Wizz Air and EasyJet madness that we'd seen earlier on in the stream. Close up on the tail logo of the Ryanair jets. Well, we'll focus on the A321. That's just parked right there. So Tim's saying EasyJet's on approach, and indeed it is. We can see it. Oh, not anymore. Let's see, where's it gone? Right there. So runway 07 for arrival, and this here, the A320-200 arriving from Nice on this 1 hour and 37 minute long journey. Registered Golf Echo Zulu Uniform Oscar. And so we've got a departure inbound, so that's yeah, first in line for departure is the business jet. Let's just jump the queue of the EasyJet. I think that's the A320-200 that's holding short. So lining up on the runway, or using the whole runway, is the WizzJet Malta Bombardier Challenger 350, which will be heading to Heathrow, which can't quite see that anymore, but that was that, and that's going to be registered 9 Hotel Victor Charlie Whiskey. Yeah, Tim, just waiting on the traffic here at London Luton. It's been a bit quiet. Obviously we picked this specific time as it was supposed to be quite busy. We didn't want to go as early as we'd used to go. It's about 6 o'clock, just due to some other streamers going live, and we didn't really want to collide with their stream, so we've picked a later date or a later time, and yeah, it's definitely not as busy as we would have hoped. But just making the most of the chance that we get to see at London Luton. We'll most likely end a bit earlier than we would have wanted, and then well, that's just due to the amount of jets that we're seeing, and then we'll take some photos right after the post a community post later on in the day. But the EasyJet A320neo with the Neo sticker on the rear end. Obviously, you can see the cargo doors open, or the baggage doors open, and then stair tracks attached to the front and rear end of the jet. We've got departure inbound actually, and so this here, the EasyJet A320neo heading to Tel Aviv. That's going to be registered Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel November, so that's GUZHN. Well, seems like he doesn't want to leave Luton anytime soon. Just sitting there on the runway 07. So still no movements. I'm wondering if this jet's trying to get clearance, or is just having separation anxiety. Oh, nope, it's moving now. There it is, the A320neo to Tel Aviv. So we've got a taxiing EasyJet aircraft that's going to be departing as well. I'm not quite sure if that's in the. I didn't quite see the engines on board that jet, but yeah, it's going to be a departure that we'll look out for. Still watching the A321 that's just been sitting there. It should have departed. I think it was heading to, was it Palma de Mallorca or was it Malaga? I'm not too sure, but it was one of them. Oh no, it's actually moving now. So that's going to be departing, I think, unless it's got an issue to the point where it's going to be having to return to the gate area, which I don't think it will be. But there it is, the A321-200 on the move, but actually you got a departure inbound, or on the way now. So that departure there was from the EasyJet A320neo that will be heading to Belfast, registered Golf Uniform Zulu Lima Lima, and actually a taxiing jet. See, I do like these shots with the buildings behind them, obviously the jet taxiing, almost as if it's posing for the camera. But yeah, so the A321-200, which had been sitting on the on a stand for quite a while, is on its way for departure. And the A319 also on its way to depart. So second in line this jet will be. Here is the London Luton Air Traffic Control Tower. Is that going to be taxiing for departure? No, it is. I thought it was going to be heading into the gate area. I was getting a bit confused. Yeah, so the A321-200 heading to Palma de Mallorca, registered Golf Whiskey Uniform Kilo Juliet. Off that goes. So yes, so we've got an EasyJet aircraft holding short, and I think that's because of the arrival that Tim was talking about. Let's see. Yeah, I think it'll... No, never mind. Maybe not. He's moving again. No, it seems like this is going to be a departure first. It is looking nice and quiet here at London Luton on the ground. Well, I say nice, but I don't quite mean it. But we'll focus on the helicopter, the Sky helicopter that's been circling around London Luton Airport, which we were talking about earlier on in the stream. Helicopters is not what we're here to see. Obviously, we'll focus on the departing jet. So, up next is... Oh well, not picking up on flight radar for me, so I'll give you some info on this jet right after its departure. Should ping up then. But either way, 2 aircraft picking up on the ground. Well, in fact 3, but 2 are going to be departing. There'll be 1 business jet and then 1 EasyJet aircraft. So not moving yet. So we'll just watch the air traffic control tower as of now. I mean, could you imagine getting views up there? That'd be amazing. Perhaps one day, really. Imagine being on the top. I mean, you've got the view of literally everything. You've got the stands, the gates, the whole runway. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? But you can see the range of business jets that are here at London Luton. Obviously, EasyJet Malta being one of the most popular business jet airline that operate at London Luton. And their aircraft are painted in the silverish grey livery with the red stripe on the side. Obviously, not all of them, but a majority of them. So Zaid's saying, are you going to be here on the 2nd of June by any chance? A friend of mine will be arriving at London Luton. So yeah, not too sure about that, Zaid. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But maybe, obviously, just don't really get your hopes up high, because we're not too sure ourselves. But yeah, if we do, we'll obviously post out a community post, letting you know when we'll be at London Luton next. But as of now, it doesn't seem like it just yet. Oh, well, that's gone. Let's see, there it is. No luck with the focus on the jet. Let's see. I think it's back now. There it is. Oh, windy. It is windy. You can see the jet struggling. So arrived from Inverness is the A320-200 operated by EasyJet. Yes, so Ben Watson saying bit of a change coming from coming with the TUI Boeing 737 MAX 8 estimated to arrive at 1:34. Nice to see a TUI jet. Yeah, it will be. I mean, you can see the TUI hangar right there. That's yeah. So it's gonna be nice to see a different aircraft other than the EasyJets and the Wizz aircraft that we're seeing at the moment. Obviously, this being one of them, the A320-200. But yeah, well, it will be nice to see a TUI jet. So I know they operate quite a lot at Bristol Airport, and they also operate at Cardiff Airport. In fact, I think they're moving to 4 aircraft daily, one of them being a Sunwing 737, which is interesting. But click and capture photography saying hello from 3 cars behind you. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're enjoying our views, and obviously hope you're enjoying the London Luton action as well as we are. So we've got another arrival inbound. So as soon as a EasyJet A320-200 disappears into the distance, we'll focus on that. I think it might be another business jet, but I'm not too sure. I haven't checked. Oh, we've got 2 arrivals actually inbound. I can just about see the lights of both of them. And yes, so Doris Pets are saying good afternoon, everyone. So good afternoon to you, Doris. Hope you're doing very well. Hope you're enjoying a bit of a change with our live stream. Obviously here at London Luton this time. The arriving jets now, we'll focus on them. Yeah, there is the business jet. Oh, the camera's struggling in these windy conditions. There it is, it's back now. And so this here, the Dassault Falcon 2000 EX. That's going to be arriving from Tel Aviv. And it's registered Charlie Sierra Delta Lima Mike. So a 4-hour and 42-minute long journey for the Dassault Falcon jet, which is just a touchdown. Didn't seem like a nice and a smooth one, but it's down on the ground and reverse thrust's active. So we'll get a nice close-up shot of this jet as it passes us. As Tim was saying, is the Ryanair 737-800, which will be arriving from Kerry. That'll be a total of 1 hour and 7 minutes of flight time for the 737 on this route. And obviously registration of the jet will be Echo India Delta Charlie Romeo. In case you're wondering and would like to check any of the statistics out on Flight Radar or obviously on Google. But moving on to the Ryanair jet, which is just about to touch down. so Doros saying London Luton, a very pleasant change to the way we stream. Obviously, trying to stream from various different airports just to give our viewers a range of different airports that they could see or view on our channel. See, the live action at London Luton is quite rare to see. Obviously, we're one of 3 live streamers that obviously stream at London Luton. So obviously, we're just trying to give the viewers that want to see London Luton action a chance to watch it live. And so you could just see how many parked business jets there are here at London Luton. See there, the flaps have already been retracted on board the 737-800, and well, we've got an arrival inbound actually. And so the arriving jet will be the Wizz Air A320-200, which will be will be arriving from Malaga, and that's going to be a 2 hour and 22 minute long journey. The 320-200 registered, let's see, Golf Whiskey Uniform Kilo Foxtrot. That is GWKF, in case you're wondering. So A320 operated by Wizz Air, obviously not too popular here at London Luton. Usually we see the A321s being in use, or the A321 Neos. But it's a nice change. Yeah, the A320 actually nice and close to us, so we'll focus on that now. So Abraham Park saying get yourself a coffee. AH seems like the wind is picking up, and yeah, it does seem to be. I'll check on the weather app to see what the winds are now. Obviously, I'll give everyone a weather update as to what we're experiencing as of now. So London Luton weather, so it's well, the temperature currently apparently rising to 15 degrees, but definitely doesn't feel like it. See, we've got broken clouds with a ceiling of clouds at 2,900 feet, obviously still staying the same at London Luton. We've got wind of 50 knots per hour blowing in the western direction, so yeah, it is gradually increasing. It was supposed to be 30 knots, and yeah, obviously now increasing quite a bit. So next in, the EasyJet A319 arriving from Lisbon on his 2 hour and 22 minute long journey, and that EasyJet aircraft's going to be registered Golf Echo Zulu Delta India. spoiler's retracted. And now taxiing back to the gates. So our next arrival will be the excellent Air Cessna 525A Citation SJ2, which will be registered Delta India Charlie Mike Delta, that is DICMD, and that's going to be arrived from Cologne on this 1 hour and 3 minute long journey. So that is not too far off just yet, so we'll watch this this taxi before watching the Cessna Citation Jet's arrival. Just like to thank everyone who's sticking with us here at London Luton. Obviously, I know it's not as interesting as other airports would have been, such as obviously London Heathrow and perhaps Manchester and all of that stuff. But obviously, we thought we'd give those these airports a break. And either way, obviously for London Heathrow, we haven't exactly got a good spot for runway 09 left spotting, which is not the best. But yeah, just a big thank you for everyone for bearing with us, especially during times like these where the traffic isn't as evident. Let's put it that way. So we'll finish up at about 2:30, I'd say. So in about an hour's time. Anyway, he says the Citation just about to touch down at runway 07 from Cologne. Would also like to apologise if the camera movement is not the best today. It is a bit difficult with the high winds, so I'm trying my best here. But yes, the arrival there, you can see how low to the ground the business jet is. I mean, the flaps almost touching the runway. Could you imagine this jet going over a speed bump? Be quite interesting. Definitely ground out, I think. But you can see how small this jet is, especially compared to the 737s or perhaps even the A319. So just taxiing now for departure is this EasyJet. Is that Neo? I don't think it is. It's actually it could be. It's an A320 either way. No, it is the Neo. It's the A320-200 Neo. Not sorry about that. I can't speak today. It's the EasyJet A320 Neo, which will be heading to runway 07 for departure. And so Tim saying next in Bombardier Challenger 350 Reg 9 Hotel Victor Charlie Oscar VizzJet Malta from Palma de Mallorca. Thank you so much, Tim. So I think I can just about see that actually. Nope, never mind. I can see the TUI jet actually. Yeah, so the TUI jet that's in next. So some information on that whilst we watch this taxi. So it's going to be the TUI 737 MAX 8 arriving from Corfu. It's going to be a 2 hour and 47-minute long journey on that route, and it's going to be registered Golf Tango Uniform Mike Hotel. So the next arrival is inbound. I can just about see it. Obviously not going to focus on it just yet, but something that I'd just like to say is I can actually hear the engines of an aircraft starting, and I think I know which one it is. I think it could be this no, they wouldn't start it, would they? I can hear the engines of something starting though, but obviously the lights on board the Neojet is are on. See the baggage doors are closed. Stair truck from the rear end of the jet has been removed as well, so it should be departing very soon. But what will definitely be departing very soon is this EasyJet aircraft, which is right over there, the A320neo. I think it's a neo at least, and it's going to be 074 departure, but he's just waiting for the next arrival. This business jet also making its way over to runway 07 for departure, so 2 in queue for the departing jet to London Luton, with 1 arriving. In fact, I think that's 2 arriving. I think I can just about see a second one. we'll switch to the arriving watch. There it is. So the Bombardier Challenger 350 from Palma de Mallorca. So a 9 Hotel Victor Charlie Oscar there. It's the registration on board is BIZ Malta Challenger 350. So next for departure, the EasyJet A320neo heading to Fuerteventura, registered Golf uniform Zulu Hotel uniform. Actually, remember the registration on board this A320neo. I think it's one we've seen arrive on this this live stream previously. So I was indeed correct about the Neo sticker A320neo is going to be heading out very soon. But what's going to be next is an arrival actually. So that's going to be the Wizz A321neo from I think you say Bacau, or I'm not too sure how you pronounce that, but either way, 2 hour and 52 minute long journey on board the Neo, which is registered Golf Whiskey Uniform Kilo Sierra. And yes, that touchdown was definitely not the smoothest. You could see the A321neo producing loads of tyre smoke. Yeah, that definitely wasn't the best touchdown there. But obviously the winds drastically affecting the aircraft before touchdown. Up next for departure, runway 07, and that's not picking up on flight radar just yet, so we'll wait to see if we'll get any info on that jet. So just watching the arriving jet now, which will be, if the camera would like to focus, yeah, there is the Wizz A321neo from Warsaw, which is on a total flight time of 2 hours and 5 minutes, and it's registered Hotel Alpha Lima Victor Hotel. Of tire smoke from the arriving aircrafts today, obviously dealing with the strong winds. A couple of jets we've seen earlier crabbing on approach. So we've got another arrival inbound very soon. We'll watch the new stickered A320, which is obviously got the tow truck still attached to the nose of the jet, but that'll be heading out for departure very soon as we wait for it, of course. But you can see just behind it the Enter-Air 737-800, which I don't think we'll see depart today, but you can just about see it parked at London Luton at one of these stands. And so as Tim was saying, up next, the A320neo operated by EasyJet, featuring the Europe car livery. So that's going to be arriving from Zurich on its 1 hour and 31 minute long journey, and the aircraft is going to be registered Golf Uniform Zulu Lima Foxtrot. So we'll wait until that gets a bit closer before focusing on it. You can see the Wizz A321neo spoiling the shot of the EasyJet A320neo, but it's alright, we'll focus on the arriving one. Focusing on the neo sticker A320, which is heading out for departure. So next in from Cluj-Napoca is the Wizz Air 320-200. So on its 2 hour and 35 minute long journey is the A320-200, which is registered Hotel Alpha Lima Yankee Lima. So Tim saying, for anyone interested, the Enter is the 7378 SP, which is arrived yesterday from Nice. So thank you, Tim, for the information. Didn't quite see that, but yeah, thank you so much. Any info on if it's going to be departing anytime soon? Either I don't think it will be capturing it anytime soon. So you're thinking about going at 2:30, so in 30 minutes time. So we'll make the most of these jets. And so the EasyJet A320 Neo with the Neo sticker, of course, is holding short of runway 07 for departure. Obviously waiting for the arriving jet, but this EasyJet will be heading to Barcelona, and it's going to be registered Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel Bravo. And the jet this Neo was waiting for is the WizZet Malta Challenger 350. That's the Bombardier Challenger 350, which is arriving from Nice on its 1 hour and 43 minute long journey. The registration on board's jet today is 9 Hotel Victor Charlie and Quebec. Now we've got a Ryanair 737-800 with the split scimitar winglets rushing out. That's going to be departing as well. So we've got 3 jets, I think, for departure. 3 or 2 jets, and obviously 1 arriving now. So Tim saying the Enter Air 737-800 will be departing tomorrow at 3:35. Yeah, no chance we're going to be capturing that unless we do an all-nighter here at London Luton. But yeah, no, if it was 3:35 today, I think we'd have stayed a bit longer, really. Depends on the traffic really at London Luton. That just doesn't really seem as busy as we would have hoped. So just lined up on the runway, the EasyJet A320neo, and that is going to be heading to Barcelona. Registered Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel Bravo. And so I can see a pushback of a Wizz Air 321, so that's going to be heading out for departure very soon as well. So I'd give it about 15 minutes before we see it hold short of a runway 07. But that is of course an estimate, might be wrong. It all depends on obviously how fast the crew work to get the aircraft up in the air. There is the pushed back A321-200. And so the Ryanair 737-800 should be up next for departure. Obviously split similar to winglets, which is I wouldn't say rare anymore, but it's one thing that Ryanair is doing just to enhance efficiency and almost cut costs really. It does cost millions. It is crazy just for those small little wingtips that you attach on the winglets. It does cost a lot. I think it's 300 million they spent. I'm not too sure if that's the correct amount, but it was a lot. Oh, no worries, Tim. Happens to all of us really. I mean, the amount of times I've got stuff wrong is crazy. Remember when I said Cologne was in France? That was yeah, don't think I got enough sleep that day. But the arriving jet now Wizz, I think that's the A321neo. I can just tell by how large the engines are on board this A321. And indeed it is the Wizz A321neo. That's going to be on its 2-hour and 8-minute long route, and it's registered Hotel Alpha Lima Victor Juliet. So he's struggling with these winds. Oh. Nice landing there. Lots of tyre smoke, which is something I do like to see. So there it was. And yeah, Tim, I would love to hitchhike on board that Embraer 737-800. I mean, save us the 3-hour long journey from Cardiff. But yeah, as you were saying, not much of a diversion. Who doesn't love burning fuel anyway? Reckon Cardiff would slap them with a $1 million fine for parking over at the airport. See, Cardiff being a pretty expensive airport to operate out of, hence why not many of the airliners are choosing to operate routes from Cardiff. But yeah, so the Ryanair 737-800 is just lined up. And so this one will be heading to NOC registered Echo India Delta Whiskey Delta, and spent about 40 minutes on the ground, this Ryanair 737-800, so not long at all. They definitely must have skipped the cleaning service. Get an aircraft this large back in the sky in 40 minutes is it is crazy. I mean, over in London City, it takes 40 minutes for the E190s to be cleared for departure. And that tail looked awful close to the runway as the aircraft had departed or lifted off for departure. There is the next arriving jet. So the Dassault Falcon 900, as Tim was saying, no info as to any of this. I'll try and fetch out the registration on board the aircraft as best as I can. So November 516 Juliet Alpha, the registration on board this Falcon 900. Yeah, Tim, I think as soon as they drop the prices, you'll have Ryanair operating at least 300 aircraft out of Cardiff Airport. Definitely attract tourism to Cardiff, which is what they are trying to do, but obviously not a very good job when the airport is costing too much to operate out of. Hence why Ryanair don't operate as many aircrafts as they probably would have otherwise. But the Neojet, waiting for the taxiing A321. They're both Wizz Air jets, one holding short for the other. And so lining up on the runway is the EasyJet A320-200, which will be heading to Izmir. Never heard of that place, but obviously there's always room for learning new things, but that's going to be that's going to be on the A320-200, which is registered Golf Echo Zulu Tango Kilo. Is the Dassault Falcon 900. So Tim's saying it's from Deauville. I'm not too sure, as far as I can tell. It says. To welcome all of our new viewers. Thank you so much for joining us at London Luton today. So we're in our final 20 minutes of the stream. See, the wind is picking up, I must say. There is a Wizz jet. It's the A320-200. Taxiing action of the Wizz A320. Well, we've got a departing jet inbound, so we'll focus on that, the EasyJet. We'd just like to thank Planeman. Thank you so much for supporting the channel by donating for Aviation Hunters Premium Economy membership. So thank you so much, Planeman, for supporting the channel. But yes, so to all of the new people that have just joined us in Premium Economy membership, I hope you enjoy the new perks and the new stickers that you guys are able to use whilst watching our live streams. Yes, thank you so much, Planeman, for supporting the channel. Also, a big thank you to everyone that's liking and subscribing to the channel. We really do appreciate the support. The 3 Wizz Air jets. But yeah, obviously Wizz Air traffic here at London Luton. Wizz Air and EasyJet pretty much taking over London Luton. You've got 2 Ryanair jets, which is right there. You can see the Ryanair 737-800, which is just making us aware of to runway 07 for departure. is line up on runway 07. So this aircraft will be heading to, let me find out for you. It's going to be heading to Alicante, registered Echo India Echo Kilo Victor. So Alicante bound, the 737-800, which is already moving, wasting no time. Inbound, and then we'll have a departure. So there is the arrival of a let's see, the camera would like to focus. There it is. And there is the business jet there. Yes, so I think we're going to end this stream after the EasyJet A320 Neo's arrival, which will be in about 4 minutes time. So we'll have I think one more Ryanair departure, and then either one more arrival or one more or two more arrivals, I'm not too sure, but we'll focus on this one. So you've got the, let's see, the Ryanair 737-800, which is registered, if I can find it. Sorry, just reset my flight radar page. Let me find it for you all. Sorry about that. So it's going to be registered Echo India Delta Charlie Romeo, and it's going to be heading to Vilnius. That's the capital of Lithuania, a place I've been many times. Wonderful city. That's going to be heading off there. So we're looking at about a 2 hour and 30 minute long journey. And Dogwood 67, good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, so the EasyJet A320 Neo, which is up next. It's the arrival from Amsterdam. So a total flight time of 46 minutes, and the aircraft's registered Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel Alpha. That's GUZHA. next arrival inbound, so no departures right now. Looking pretty empty on the ground here at London Luton, I must say. So just focusing on the Prague A320-200, which is currently on the ground now. So our last aircraft is second in line for arrival, right behind the Panavia Gulfstream G450, which is arriving from Heathrow on its 2 hour and 32 minute long journey. That's going to be registered Golf Uniform Lima Foxtrot Mike. And we'll focus on that right now, actually, because it is nearing the runway. There it is, the G450. And it's 2 hour and 33 minute long journey. And yes, so the Marrakesh bound aircraft is currently 2 minutes out. Sorry, not 2 minutes out, that's 1 minute out now. So he's just turning in to approach the runway. So the Neojet obviously making its way back to the gate area, and that's going to be deboarding, and then in about an hour's time back in the sky. Next aircraft, which is the aircraft we're going to leave off the stream at, is currently in sight, a bit far away, so I'm not going to focus on that just yet. But it's going to be, if my radar app is going to open anytime soon. See, it's online, so it's going to be the EasyJet A320 Neo registered Golf Uniform Zulu Hotel Papa. That's going to be arriving from Marrakesh, and it's 3 hour and 10 minute long journey. So the arrival up next. Sorry about the focus being off. The camera's having a hard time trying to track the aircraft. And good afternoon, Bruce. Hope you're doing very well. Caught us just as we were about to end the stream off, so we're just going to capture the last aircraft, and then we'll leave it off there. from Marrakesh, the A320neo. Yes, so the last aircraft that we're going to capture on the stream today. So I'd just like to thank everyone for watching us over at London Luton today. LTN came here for some EasyJet, Wizz Air, and well, just generally business jets and budget airline action over at London Luton. I'm afraid it wasn't as busy as we would have hoped. So I do apologise if the stream was a bit boring and obviously not as eventful as it would be if we were to stream at airports such as London Heathrow, but obviously it was nice fun seeing the EasyJets and the Wizz Jets and obviously the Ryanair aircrafts operate here, and it was great to see some crabbing action from the easterly operations today. So a big thank you to obviously our moderator XC Guard Tim for obviously keeping the chat clean, as well as Plain Man. And Plain Man with the 4 memberships that were donated to some other people. So a big thank you to you, Plain Man, and also a big thank you to everyone else who supported the channel through liking and subscribing to our channel. Obviously, it's not too late to support us, so if you haven't already, I'd encourage you to do so. But regardless, I think gonna leave it off as that, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. So we'll see you in our next live stream, which hopefully will be throughout this holiday week, and we'll let you know as to where we'll be heading through the next community posts. So see you all, and we'll catch you during our next live stream. Hope you're all doing well, and we'll see you then.